Mythic +2 equals I review. Simple math. Take notes. Cinder Brew 2 also rhymes, which is kind of cool. But yeah, look at they're in the zone with the major city and they are summoning somebody. Always my favorite. Always my favorite thing. What I think is notable is the chat right now. This is kind of funny. Look at all the chat. It's all the same thing. The Mistweaver says hello. The Warlock, that's the person who submits this, says hey. The Tank, that's the group leader, says hey. The Shaman, that's the DPS, says hey. There's somebody missing though. Who do you think it is? The only person who didn't comment is the guy named Baby Factory. That's the mage in the party. Stay tuned. Cinder Brew first pull. What are we gonna get? You never know. Some absolute insanity has already gone on this channel. This is a very interesting pull. I've never seen this. We pull basically like the front packs of both sides. All right, so he's gonna do that. Struggling with threat, I think, but we get them all, and we're gonna not bloodlust. No bloodlust on the first pack here. I guess in twos things are a little different, but yeah, we're kind of like aggroing more and more. Things continue to funnel in. We're seeing the health pulls. I am always shocked at watching these low keys, dude. These things look like these people are doing 20s, and this tank is basically going to just like go down. I don't know if the healing's not the right number. I don't know if the tank's not the right number, but they're actually going to have a full recovery from this until I think we start to aggro more and more stuff here. This is apparently going to be the story of the beginning because, okay, now another pack is aggroed. Chewy has aggroed as well. Large damage. Look at the health pools of these human beings in this group. This is insane. Another more patrons. Pyromaniacs coming in. Like it's like the whole bar has been aggroed. It's like looking like the Grim Guzzler. Garfo says, who keep pulling? All caps keep. I love that all caps is only on the one word. I can see why he capitalized that word though. That was like legitimately like 6 different packs aggroed. Watch it again. First death of the dungeon is going to be the tank. Never the way you want to start. He comes right back and they can reestablish somehow. I'm not even sure how he reestablishes here, but he is actually going to do it. No other people die. We get the pack and then there's like some yellows over here. They're going to get aggroed. It's hard to tell exactly how, but we see like lightning jump. The conversation in the email seemed to think it was also maybe moonfire because like both things happen at the same time there, but those mobs are not dangerous. That's not a problem at all. We do see something that you might be familiar with if you watched the recent videos. A lot of projectiles being shot out. One of them is that fucking orb again. So those aggro, and then another one shoots out. A second and third one shoot out, and one of those aggroes more patrons, and a third one aggroes Chewy. Managed to hit 3 different small groups of trash there, and that's how we're gonna aggro Chewy. Then again, mobs to our left aggro. I mean, like, I have no idea how these ones aggro. Yellows again. We don't see anything because the way the camera's angled, and then another pack towards like kind of our northwest aggro as well. And we can't see that because of the angle of the camera, but ultimately tank is gonna succumb. So yeah, honestly, good question. Who does keep pulling? That's like crazy. That's a lot of trash that we've seen. I want you to pay attention to something as well that's developing. I'm going to zoom in on it now, and I'm not going to comment on it. So first boss with 7 deaths. We're like 8 minutes into the key or something crazy. Here comes another funny moment here. I don't know what the fuck that is there. Watch this right here. He goes, I guess maybe to try to target on the frame, and instead it's not a targetable spell. It's a reticle. So he drops the reticle on the ground or something. I have no idea what that is. You could see the mouse. It's like got all the rings around it. He goes over to target Brewmaster Aldrin, I guess. Easy way to target it, and then like it just doesn't target. I have no idea. I have no idea, but drops that thing on the ground that aggroes even more trash. I've done this too. This is some funny chaos right here. We're accidentally tanking him too close to where we need to be for the next phase, and then all the like clouds are gathering in this location. It makes it really awkward. Look at this too, by the way. I have no idea like what you can just walk through those after you get picked up once. Boss is being dragged like all the way to the other side of him, and luckily it's going to clear out before the actual thing starts, but they are like blocking you, like straight up blocking you. Because of this, the person who submitted this thought this was notable, so they're trying to pick it up, but they get stunned here, which I guess they end up using the beer on that. They're trying to like position to get back and get another beer. Nobody's able to do it because everybody's like hesitant to run around, so we're going to pick this one up, and now to potentially avoid what just happened, we're going to use a demonic gateway, but take the gateway through it, which stuns them still, I guess. I have no idea. Like, it says they're stunned, but they're still moving after it says they're stunned. They take a ton of damage from it. Like, watch, they pick it up, and then they're like, okay, we got to make sure we don't get hit by these clouds, so let's port right through the clouds. Okay, sounds good. Take a ton of damage from it, but they don't die, and yeah, all right, fight is now commencing the final phase. On our way to the second part of the dungeon with the first boss dead, and we know these hobgoblins zones are chaos, especially I'd imagine in low keys with them charging all around. We basically pulled the whole freaking hallway here, so we are going to pay for that as well. And did you remember what I showed you? Do you remember what I zoomed in on before? If so, next step in the development has occurred. Notable things might be occurring under the webcam, though. You should take a look at that. Here comes another development in the situation. We are going to have the charge hit and just kill us. Just straight up kill us. Interesting. A couple indications of what's going on currently, but yeah, the guy's gear is now totally broken. It looks like maybe his helmet is not broken and his weapon are not broken. I think when you got 4 million health, it's probably time to repair your gear, but we're just going to go on and not notice it. So this is going to get pretty wacky here at this point. Pretty unique sequence here as well. He goes to summon his pet, and then I think he just like cancels it at the last second, or it just like doesn't get summoned. I'm not really sure what happens, but the pet just doesn't come out. So just like kind of waddling up here, gonna start spreading seed of corruption with no gear on. So it's like hitting for like hundreds of thousands instead of millions right now. I'm shocked that the healer doesn't say anything. Like, look at how much damage this person's taking from like percentage standpoint. Like, they're just getting hit for like 90% of their health every time that mechanic happens. It looks like a Blood Death Knight. Like, you're taking more percentage damage than a Blood Death Knight takes. It's getting for like 90% of your health just down. Okay, nobody even comments on it, by the way. So now at this point, like, just totally losing to the tank on DPS. All gear broken. We can see the weapon broken. There's actually a quest here. Like, what is that? Well, I've never seen a quest in the middle of a Mythic Plus before. You would think the Warlock's about to die, but it's not him who's about to die. Watch this. Here comes the tank death. Just gonna get absolutely dominated here. I don't know, just like totally outclassed by this combat. He pulled it. I mean, this is not like in the beginning where everything's getting aggroed. So tank gonna go down. It's just not a problem, I guess, somehow. Like, they're literally just fighting without a tank for like 30 seconds straight. The Rock Ellie's just carrying them. Warlock says, I can combat res you, by the way. Yeah, I mean, true, but honestly, I don't know. They need a tank. Like, do we need a tank? The tank's just back. Nobody else has died. Maybe better to just go without the tank. We got a barrel totally isolated from the group. That thing's definitely not gonna die. Look at the amount of damage these people. This is insane, dude. It really looks like they are doing a key like in order of magnitude higher. This is just such a great visual as well. Watch this. So we're just talking about all these mobs getting aggroed in the first boss, and there we go. So we're just gonna run them all the way against that wall. Like, it's like 200 yards away from where he's supposed to be. All the trash over there. Barrel not isolated from the group, just not gonna die this time. So let's watch it happen again. Watch the health bars. Actually really shocking that it was only the mage who died the first time, because the Warlock basically has negative health after it comes out. Starting to look at the numbers. Kind of shocked we're not putting 2 and 2 together, but yeah, losing to a tank, getting killed by a mechanic like that, and pretty much in 1 second. Contemplating life on the run back, looking at damage. Nope. What else could it be? Is it talents? Nope, not talents. It's actually kind of crazy that the paper doll is blocked by the default, like both of those things are default UI and they're just being blocked, right? So we are going to pull a boss with a player with no gear on, with 4 million health effectively at this point. Half a player, I think, is probably generous to say. We got the Shaman doing 2.2 million DPS, and we got the Warlock doing 300k. Actually beating the tank, which is kind of funny on that. Realizing it now. This took a while, but we did get there. He says, oh, my gear is giga broken. Oh, great. Yeah, okay, we figured it out. In the middle of the fight, yeah, there you go. It is blocked by that, and we have it. The guy is actually going to drop a repair bot in combat. This is pretty nuts. Drops the repair bot, and we're going to repair in the middle of the boss. How cool is that? The reason given for not noticing that we had half the health pool and our damage was a quarter of what it should be says, I am new to Warlock. Look at the response too. Very generous. The monk says, no problem. It's all about learning. Meanwhile, we're learning a thing or two on this trash. We are continuing to kind of like chain pull, quote unquote, maybe accidentally aggro more stuff here. It's hard to tell with the camera angles. Yeah, we're going to have the healer go down and then the tank go down into a chain death here, into a wipe again. They continue to try to kite it out, which is kind of crazy, but everybody ends up dying. We're going to run, but yeah, mage does end up going down and we're going to run back. We're doing this like staggered run back thing though, where the tank and the healer are the only people up there, so they're going to have to struggle for a bit without him. We are now up to, by the way, 22 deaths in the key. Monk could go down again because of what we just talked about there. Tank's in a little bubble though, so he's supported without the monk being here. Monk's comment about why they died on the trash twice. I missed step. I have no idea what that is. Somebody tell me what that is. We've been really successful with chaining packs together, so why not continue? Gonna go on ahead into the next room as the bear. Have a look at the health here. There's the health. There it goes. Thanks for stopping by. Just watch it again. Like, you might not have even seen it. All right, he's dead. See ya. Watch it a third time. He's gonna run into the room. I actually don't know what he dies to because, again, the camera angles, but basically, like, the second he pulls whatever he pulls out here, just instantly done. Maybe gets shifted out of form or something like that. I mean, that's the only way I could see it happening, but he died so fast that the mobs didn't even aggro the rest of the group. That's how you know you're dying really fast. Monk says, what happened there, with a smile? It's all about learning. Tank says, I'm not sure, with another smile. Everybody's having a good time. Maybe chat from B. Thinking he died died to a message. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Are you allergic to bee stings? Great question. Meanwhile, everybody's smiling, having a great time, other than Baby Factory. That guy's going to get punched to death by the harvester. It's the harvester that's padding here too, which is hilarious because the pad is on its way. The tank's just like trying to like backpedal away from it. Just never does a single global of threat. Then in so doing, we aggro more trash. We see a lightning bolt go off. So now we've aggroed another pack. Amongst the chaos, we're doing 260k DPS. Is our gear broken still? Healer's down like the Titanic. Everybody's going to be falling apart here big time. Warlock says, what the fuck? My pet died. I didn't know it could. Yeah, I think the pet can die if the tank does 0 direct globals. I think that's probably what happened there. The pet was just tanking after the mage died. So we have a complete wipe to that. We are up to 30 deaths in a 2. At this point, I guess the tank just doesn't care. He's just like up there pulling more and more trash. This is the part where he just like got one shot before, so I guess he's gonna be a little bit more conservative. Gonna try to bring them back out of the room. We're gonna run around the corner here, but the volleys are still gonna go out. They go through line of sight, which I actually did not know, but they do. So we're slowed. We're getting hit by all this shit on the ground. We're about to get stunned here, encased in a block of amber. Hank barely getting by again, getting the monk bubble, and he's gonna make it through this. This is what trash looks like on a 2-man. They make it look so difficult. It looks so complicated. We're gonna do the ledge jump. All right, watch the pet here. Warlock pet off on its own little journey again. Just gonna run past the trash and not aggro it. Is that normal? I don't know. I've seen people aggro this pack by accident and I can never figure out why, but seeing it from a ranged perspective and watching the pet walk right by it tells me there might be more to it than I realize. Watching the tank die here is also going to make you think there's more to it than he realizes as well. This is like mostly non-elites. We do have 3 elites here, and I don't know if he maybe gets stunned or hit by a swirl here, but he's just toast. Just toast down. Warlock out, and by the way, we aggro trash again. What a surprise. It's under the webcam. I moved the webcam. It just like randomly starts walking towards us. I don't know if it's the Warlock walking too close to it or what, but okay, now the guy is talking. Remember, this is the guy who didn't type at the beginning. He didn't want to say hi when all 4 other people said hi. He says, dude, please stop dying to mechanics. This comment brought to you by Mythic +2 pugging. The guy says, I've never died that much in my whole WoW career. Oh boy, don't say that out loud. The Warlock says, yeah, I don't think I have either. The response to those people all agreeing with him, he says, yeah, I see. What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, back to the pet. We got to focus on the pet again. I don't know what it's doing right now. It's just like dancing, having a little dance. There, it's still dancing. It's still doing a jig. I think this is like illegal. I don't think your pet should do this. Probably gonna get like the Warlocks Guild calling him and refunding their pet. Like, I guess does it get stunned because he's casting the spell? I don't know what he's actually doing here. Summon Fell Hunter. Well, there's already a Fell Hunter out, so that one I guess gets stunned. The cast is such like a long spell that he's gonna try to cast it even though he's about to get hit by mechanics. Okay, 2 seconds left on the cast. You're not gonna get that off, and we are gonna get hit by that. He says, I hate this game. My pet has a seizure as you die to a swirl on the ground. He says, I swear to Christ, man. And again, Baby Factory says, I don't, man. In response to not taking the Lord's name in vain, the monk is going to say, I'm just vibing. Mana is a fading memory. What is this guy? Look at his mana. He's got like 5% mana. The tank just like pulls the boss from 5% mana. To be fair, this dude has had no mana the whole time. I thought Mistweaver was supposed to be good at mana efficiency. DPS chart looking scary again, and we are going to actually just finish this dungeon. It's actually only going to be a few minutes out of time. It's kind of shocking. 36 deaths. We had a guy pretty much AFK, like half his character's potential was being realized for like a good half of the dungeon. You're not even picking up the quest. Like, come on, how many things can you do wrong in one key? Tank says, want me to them all. Talking about you as the tank being the person who hits the barrels. Seemingly confused by that, the monk says, nope, in sections. Like, no, that's not what he was asking. What? Is it even possible to hit them all? I guess if you tank on one far side of the room, you could hit every barrel with one thing, maybe. Just to illustrate this point, the key is going to be over here in 5 seconds. The timer is going to expire. At the second it expires, the video is at 33:44. There's the boss's death, 37:54. Still got 138 points for that. That's pretty crazy. I love Mythic +2s. Thank you for submitting them. Please continue to do so. We will see you guys for another week of streaming coming up here. I think we're going to be on the PTR. Sounds like there's going to be PTR Mythic Plus testing, especially of the new dungeon this week. So we will be taking a look at this. Unfortunately, the last time they did this, they always say they're starting it on Tuesday, but it never happens. It's always like really late on Tuesday, even though they have a time listed. So we'll pay attention to it while we're just streaming regular keys tomorrow. And if it does come out, then we will switch. But otherwise, starting Wednesday, we will be on the PTR. So stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to it, man. This season's going to be amazing. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.